friends, and welcome again to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about what I observed from being in the front seat of my car. I just realized the other day driving down the street that when I'm the driver of the car, I notice things differently from when I'm a passenger in the front seat. It's interesting that when you're driving, you're focused on what's to your left and what's ahead of you. But when you're in the passenger seat, you're observing other things that the driver doesn't have the time or the capacity to observe. So even though there are two people sitting in the front seat, the driver and the passenger, with the same scenario in front of them, they are most likely perceiving things differently just because of where their vantage point. So this reminds me of what happened in the wilderness when the children of Israel were on their way to possess the promised land promised to them by God. And we see a picture of two groups of people who had two different vantage points, two different perceptions about the same situation. So let's see in Numbers 13. It says that in Numbers 13, God commanded Moses to send men out to explore the land of Canaan, the land flowing with milk and honey, the promised land that he had promised the children of Israel. And we're told that after exploring the land for 40 days, the men returned to Moses and the whole community to give a report about the land that they had gone to scope. And so what happened? The first group that reported to the whole community what they had seen said, "The land we enter, the land you sent us to explore, is indeed a bountiful country, a land flowing with milk and honey." And they showed samples of the kind of fruit that they found in the land. But there was a big but. And they said, "But the people living there are powerful. Their towns are large and fortified. We even saw giants there." Somebody else who had been on that expedition, Caleb, said, or he tried to quieten these people who were scaring the children of Israel with their stories about how large and how powerful the giants were. It says in verse 13:30, but Caleb tried to quiet the people. And he said, "Let's go at once and take the land. We can certainly conquer it." But the other men who had explored the land with him disagreed. "We can't go up against them. They are stronger than we are." So these men spread the bad report about the land among the Israelites, saying, "The land we traveled through will devour anyone who goes to live there. All the people we saw were huge. We even saw giants there." And listen to this. "We felt like grasshoppers. We felt like grasshoppers in our eyes and in their eyes too." So you find a group of men who went in for an expedition, and Caleb did not deny that there were giants in the land. He didn't deny the power, how powerful these giants were. But he knew something. He knew that the God who had promised them the land would enable them, would empower them to conquer the land. So, friend, don't you see how two people can be looking at the same situation, and the same situation can be real? There might be real giants in the land. The situation, the circumstances you face may be huge and powerful like giants, and you may feel like a grasshopper standing next to your situations or your circumstances. But there is an extra power, an extra understanding. There's an extra oomph that comes from remembering whose you are, remembering that you're not alone, remembering that in every battle you fight, that you're not alone, that you're with the God who has put your feet to the path, the God who has promised to be with you always, the God who says, "I will walk with you through the valley of the shadow of death," the God who says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you. So two people can look at the big situation and one will only see the problems, but the other one will see both the problems and the deliverance, the delivering opportunities within those circumstances. So, friend, I'm just encouraging you today that whatever circumstances you're looking at, don't just stop there and think how huge the problems. Don't minimize yourself and feel like you're a grasshopper in front of your problems. Remember, like Caleb said, we can certainly conquer. We are well able to conquer because of who is on our side. Be encouraged. Take care and see you some other time. Bye.